Alright, so it's time for me to, well, suffer and hopefully succeed at the same time. It's time for another short run Saturday. Gonna try to beat as many games as I can. I just realized I don't even have my clear count on screen, so let me figure out where I'm gonna fit that. Probably like over here, next to the flashing light warning. It's a little bit busy on the screen, but it conveys all the information in one convenient spot. It'd be a little bit less busy on the screen if it weren't for the sub goal that's still in play. Now, I'm going to quickly talk about that, and then we're going to get into the game and what we're doing with that. So there's currently a 30 sub goal for me to do a 5-game blind solo archipelago. For those that don't understand what any of those words mean, because if you don't have context, it just sounds like a lot of single words stuck together, which is admittedly how most sentences are constructed to begin with, but that's neither here nor there. What that is going to be is it's a 5-game randomizer with all 5 games combined together, and I will have played none of them to completion before. So it's going to be really rough, but I think it'll be funny. Especially with some of the games I'm thinking about choosing. Because I learned a few very interesting things were in Archipelago in the Unstable branches, and I'm very curious to see if they'll work out. Because it'd be really interesting if it did. I was also just testing something there, if people are wondering why I was being a little weird. You'll see my cursor, but only if I'm clicked into the window itself. If I click out of the window to a different window, the mouse disappears. That literally is all that distracted me at that moment. Because it doesn't take much sometimes. Sometimes my brain just goes, woo, off into the distance. So that's a thing. Now, as to what we're doing here today, if you haven't seen a short run Saturday before, the idea here is I'm going to try to beat as many games as I can in one session. No frills, no complications, just I selected a bunch of short games. If it proves to be a difficult one, I'll probably only give it a try or two, and then we will just move on to the next one to preserve clear count. And we will come back to it in the future. Android Assault here is one of those likely candidates of being a game that I'm not gonna manage to get through smoothly, but I want to do. Because I have a history with this game. I had this game growing up. It was one of the handful of Sega CD games I played fairly consistently. And I just could never get through it. Because this is a scrolling shooter, which, as y'all have heard if you've been around for a while, that I am notably bad at, and usually it's not a genre I'd care for too much. I don't know what it is entirely about this game that really stuck with me, but it did, and I really do like this one. You'll understand some of why I like it as we go, because it's got some really neat things going on. But without further ado, let me actually let it play so it'll give you the plot here in a moment. While I get my windows rearranged. It will hopefully get to it. There we go. Oh no, it's the score screen. Come on. Soon after this, it'll go to the intro again. We are going to be playing on normal, at least for the first run of it. If we fail that, I might go to easy. We'll see.
AD 2192. The independent military nation Zeus has been established in the colony Olympus on Saturn's ring. Zeus equipped its symbolic machine Guzan Jiao and other armies with a living fighting computer geosystem. They then started to attack the Earth's United Nations Initially, the Earth's United Nations put all its power to fight and defense, but was defeated by the powerful Geo system. To stop the invasion, the Earth's United Nations equipped its variable fighter Bari-Arm with its own Geo system and fought back.
There's still one more bit of intro left, and then we'll get into actually talking again. Fancy robot. So there you go. You now know everything I know about the plot here. In case you couldn't hear it properly because the voice settings and such they had for it were a little bit iffy, I'll explain in a moment. Hey, Renemy, how you doing? Yeah, basically, Independent Nation outfitted its flyers with a geosystem, which is some kind of intelligent combat system, and just started lashing out at the United Nations of the Earth. Earth sets up their special flyer here, or Bari-Arm, with its own geosystem, and that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be leading Bari-Arm to victory. I've been alright. Throat's been a little iffy here and there, but other than that, everything's fine. On the bright side, I think I have figured that out. Of course, now you're going to keep cycling to the plot so damn quickly when I'm trying to finish a thought and then actually load into the game. Thanks, game. Love that for me. Okay, let's actually get this show on the road now. Stage 1, Ganymede. So we got a button for changing your speed, you got a button for firing, and that's basically all you need. If you hold off on attacking for a bit, that charge meter will go up, and depending on the weapon you have, it'll do a specific powerful attack. That's basically all you need to know too much here. We're gonna try to hang on to these missiles for this area at the very least, and probably a few of the other ones, because as you might imagine, homing missiles are gonna be very useful. They're not the strongest weapon. There is a blue, a green, and 2 different reds, as far as your weapon options go that I recall. And obviously a variety of power levels for them, as is pretty typical of one of these. But if you hit full power, you get the actual full mech form, which provides an extra hit and is just, you know, the most powerful option you have, pretty much. I believe it, yeah, it also charges faster, I think? So all in all, it's pretty useful. Not every weapon in this game, by the way, is a hold to fire, which is a bit of an issue. Like the regular machine gun you start with, for example, you have to tap to fire, which is a little bit of an issue. Okay, ideally, we want to hang on to our mech suit as much as possible, as you might imagine. These gray power-ups would immediately put you into mech form, which is very nice. Because, you know, as mentioned before, it provides a buffer for you by giving you the extra hit. Because this is a one-hit death game, as you'd expect from a shmup, so... And I didn't see that mine... And that one landed on my head. So, we are now back to basic power, which is awful. But we can make it work. Let's actually slow it down a bit here. There we go. Thankfully, your charge attacks are very, very powerful. Like, genuinely, I think this is one of the easier shmups overall because of how strong some of the charge attacks are. Especially the homing one, as you'll see when we actually get to this boss completely. Just a big robot. Yeah, because our attack, until that charge meter runs out, just keeps attacking him, basically. Now, he does have his own attacks that he fires, and you can destroy his bullets with yours, so it's highly recommended that you do that, as you might imagine. He's spitting off fire, though, so he's already more than half dead. We light off another good charge shot. Should be the end of him. Yep, there he goes. See? Not too bad. Main benefit, as you might imagine, to having a homing charge shot like that is you don't have to worry about aiming. Stage clear. Try the next stage. I don't actually know how many stages this is. It is like an hour to clear according to how long to beat. It was like an hour, hour and a half. The furthest I've ever gotten, I think, was stage 5. Stage 2, Gravity Pagoda. Good luck. Yeah, just bear in mind, you're very vulnerable while your homing charge is out in the air because you cannot fire at all until it's done. There we go, get our mech back. Do note that the mech is more vulnerable because I believe your hitbox is a little larger when you're in mech form. So it is a little bit of a balance there. He just leaves if you don't destroy him, and I'm kind of fine with that. We do, however, have Crab to deal with over here. The Crab will not leave. He just tries to kill you. But you've seen basically all the Crab's gonna do. This spray he's doing right now is the only other move he has, from what I recall. Unfortunately, sometimes your charge shot's also a little stupid, where if the enemy's like slightly off screen like that, it won't target them. Get our mech suit back. I don't think you can die by colliding with the terrain, which is nice. Well, you can with certain parts of the terrain. Okay, no, if you slam into it hard enough, you do die. Never mind. I wanted to test that. I couldn't remember. It gives you some decent leeway on it. You have to, like, really fly into it for it to be a problem. Which would be a bigger problem if I had a higher speed set. I'll take that trade. Getting rid of the mech is important. Their mech, that is, not ours. Now, there's going to be a point where the homing isn't going to be the best choice for us anymore. And it's coming up before too awful long, from what I remember. So we're going to go ahead and actually grab this laser. This is one of my personal favorite weapons, the laser. Is not only does it get a really wide shot at high power, but if you charge it up, as you saw me do earlier, Death Beam! And the Death Beam's very, very powerful. And I am pretty confident that the entire time the laser's passing through something, it's dealing damage. So I want to say it's one of the stronger damage weapons in this game as well. My other favorite is the blue one that we'll see at some point when I invariably pick it up. Oh, god damn you. That's like the one annoying thing with this game, from what I remember of it, is just the enemies that just pop in and land on you before you have a chance to react. Because sometimes they just come in really fast. There is no, like, turnaround or anything in case people are like, why don't you deal with the guys behind you? I can't. With this weapon, my back is very vulnerable, which can be very unfortunate. But I wanted it for this fight. Because the laser cooks pretty well through the first couple enemies. Because this is a multi-enemy fight here. So obviously the more of them you cook through faster, the better. Yeah, I mean, I think it's over. It isn't. That was just a shell. The shell also can hurt you, which I forgot. Like, the wreckage from it can hurt you, that is. This guy's the real fight. He's got a blade attack he does. He flies back and forth shooting. And he fires missiles, pretty much. Jazz, thank you for the raid. What were you up to today? Hopefully all were having a grand time. You're just in time for the beginning of a new short run Saturday, where I'm trying to beat as many games as I can. We're starting here with Android Assault, the Revenge of Bari-Arm for the Sega CD. This is the second stage boss specifically. Oh, there goes all my power-ups. That's fine. He should be hurting pretty well already. I forgot that shoots at you. I thought that just floated around. Well, that's layers of shame there, but it's fine. I love that. I love when I start just playing horrendously. It's the best news. There he goes. That's a sign for the way this is gonna go, probably. But that is stage 2 cleared. We're out of the Gravity Pagoda. On to stage 3. Zeus Fleet.
Good luck.
Yes, power-ups, please. I'm gonna need as many power-ups as I can get. We should probably go away from the laser for this area as well, as demonstrated by the fact that I already got obliterated. Welcome in, Onyx. How you doing? Trying to live. I don't want the green laser back, even though I like it. I need a wider attack for this stage. There we go. Grab mech. That'll protect us for a little bit till I invariably botch a dodge again. Just bear in mind, this isn't bullet hell level hitbox. You have a fairly chunky hitbox because I believe it's the majority of your ship here. So it's a little bit of a problem. And this game doesn't play around. It wants you dead. Case in point, they send the boys. Thankfully, they just leave for some reason. Oh, and to finish my thought from earlier, because I was in the midst of a bit of a nightmare there, the raid and run statement goes to anybody that came in. If any of you need to head off to take care of things, please make sure to do so. Always take care of yourselves. But I appreciate everybody coming in. There we go. Just delete that thing with a charge shot. Move on with our lives. Forget if that's the end of that stage or not. Now we're inside. I couldn't remember if this was a separate stage or if this was just part of stage 3. Yes, give me a fresh mech. I'm gonna need it, because it's gonna get rough in here. They got soldiers running about, little drones everywhere. The ship is well protected, as it should be. Okay, good, that is the missiles back. I can never tell the difference between the machine gun and the missiles because they're a very similar color. One's red, one's orange, and I can never remember which one's which. But with the amount of enemies in here, we're gonna want this. I wouldn't have minded having the blue missiles either. They shoot only forward because we haven't seen them yet, but they have a like long-lasting blast as well, which is the handy part of them. Just keep dodging for my life and keep an eye out for when Jazz appears. Ah, I hit the ceiling. Is that metal bit up there is real, apparently, so I need to keep an eye out for that a bit more than I did. There we go, there's the blue missiles. They fire in both directions, and as you can see, that entire light blue explosion does do damage, and it lasts for a solid little bit of time there, so you can actually use it to set traps to protect yourself as enemies come in.
You have taken your last breath. Prepare to die.
Compensating much with that big mech there, buddy? Goddamn. Oh, and it had a spread shot hidden in it. Well, that's just rude. You might not be able to tell, but I am doing damage as far as I can tell, because the cockpit bit up at the front there is flashing when I'm hitting it. There we go, I broke it. So I think it made it more dangerous rather than less, if I'm honest. Okay, you summoned friends. Oh, they charge. Okay. I don't remember this fight like at all. So there's a lot of make it up as I'm going along here, and we're dead. I forget if there's a continue. Okay, yeah, we have 5 credits. We're fine. We're fine. I think I have to do the whole stage again, though. We'll see how kind it is about that here in a sec. Yep. Starting back at the beginning of stage 3. That's fine. Just means I do better at stage 3 this time. Yeah, the danger with these blue missiles is they do take a bit more precision than most of the other weapons. But as you can see, they do very good damage when you can line them up. And obviously the charge shot is quite potent. As long as you're able to spend a second or two to wait for the damage over time to do its job. Now do note that getting put directly into mech form through the gray power-up does not actually give you full power. You will remain at whatever power-up level you were at when you picked it up. It just provides an extra hit with the gray one. Which is still useful, but not ideal, you know? Not always the perfect answer. But just look at how much better this sweeps the guns off this ship, for example. It's very good for corridor fighting, since the missiles are designed specifically to fit perfectly into a corridor. Plus or minus it ending up being a little too wide for a really thin one. So, you know, trade-offs a little bit. Trade-offs. But we'll make it work. Hopefully. Now, this game is one of the main reasons I have the flashing light warning down there at the bottom of the screen, though. It's not as bad as I remember it being. But there's an amount of flashing that'll happen here and there, or I'm sure, so it'll be worth bearing that in mind. It may also just be that the TV I was playing it on was doing weird things, though, because I could have swore some of the worst parts of it would have happened by now. So, you know, what do I know, really, at the end of the day? It's been, I don't even know how many years since I played this game, really, so... I could easily have just been remembering wrong, too. It would not be the first time my memory has played tricks on me. We are at full power already, but, you know, can't hurt to grab the power-ups. As they appear anyway. Let the backfiring missiles deal with him. Not that he's a problem for us anymore anyway, really. But that is a much smoother trip through this stage than the last one. We only lost 1 life. The sad part is, when I tested everything out and audio balanced, I got here without losing any lives before. So it's a little sad to not have done as well, but that's commentator's curse, really. Trying to talk and do thing at the same time will always end worse than doing the thing by itself. Those spread shots are so brutal as well. Like, I keep forgetting that that's a thing that happens from those missiles, so I just end up getting bodied immediately. I think I'm better off just avoiding them. Never mind, that didn't work either. It looks like my target's actually the guys that are getting launched now. Oh my god. The fact that the missiles track you as well is just so nasty. Okay, now I'm attacking the main vessel. So I just gotta avoid the spread shot and then we're basically golden. I was trying to position for the shot and I overdid it a little bit. There we go. Okay, now when we continue, we'll continue from stage 4, so that'll work. Having 5 credits means we should be able to make this work even if we have to brute force it then. As long as things don't get too bad. But that, I believe, was one of the enemies from the intro bit, so that works out. I have to assume then that the rest of these stages are going to be fighting the other ones. Stage 4, Olympus. Good luck. Yeah, because I believe that vertical scrolling section we were in that earlier stage might actually have been what I was remembering from this game. That was really difficult for me all the time. I thought I remember it having spikes in it, but I might also just be remembering there being spikes because you just took damage when you ran into the wall. And it just is one of those classic, your memory isn't entirely accurate on things situations. I once again thought this was missiles instead of machine guns. Oh, this is a particularly bad time to have this too, I think. Unless... No, he wasn't damageable yet, I think. Where is your weak points? Oh, okay. You have a opening in the middle that I have to hit. I was assuming that the thing on the back would have been damageable. I was clearly incorrect with that thought. But now we're gonna be put back at the beginning of this stage with nothing, so, mild inconvenience there. Little bit of a disadvantage. Oh, now you let me hold to fire this. Why was it not working before? Oh, it's because I'm pressing a different... What? No? You know what? I don't know. There we go. Now I have the missiles that I wanted. That's the machine gun again. No, 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 no. I need the power of widespread violence to protect me here. You know, as I fail to protect myself. Okay, yeah, there is just no available weak point at the moment. Alright. The good news is with the homing attack, I'll be able to stay off to one side away from the attack at the middle and still be able to attack it. Maybe better served, though, by just holding the missiles down and doing chip damage until this thing dies, rather than risking trying to time the charge for when the thing's open, since I get chased away from the center point so easily by the laser. And I'm a little too hesitant to stay too close to the middle. There we go. Got him. We made it work. There we go. Get our defense back again. Now, I know a lot of people that play these kind of games a lot more than I do have a tendency to fiddle with their speed a lot. I tend to stay at only a couple different speed settings for longer periods of time because I do not adjust well on the fly quickly as far as speed goes. I can adjust to a situation a lot faster than I can adjust to my own entity moving faster or slower, usually. Oh, that's why it wasn't started charging. I was like, I'm waiting for my charge to start happening. What's going on? It's because I had a missile flying around in the middle of nowhere. One of the downsides of a homing weapon is it can go herring off after something and cause problems. I didn't expect there to be an explosion waiting for me up there. Another reason why you don't want to be going too fast is hitting things that are off-screen of you as you go vertically. Since this game, you know, has both horizontal and vertical scrolling. Hello, Balloon Man. Perish. So what do your attacks look like? I heard a noise. Oh, there he goes. Now he's doing things. This might be the better idea, is just hit everything rather than holding the charge. Oh, I see. He doesn't really target with the tail laser that much. It just kind of fires. There he goes. Now the real fight begins, as usual. This might be better off waiting for a charge. Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that you're doing that. Oh, was that it? I was expecting like a big murder beam of some kind, not just like a small spread of bullets. It's from that amount of charging. Ah, okay, that's why it worked out the way it did. I hit them early so they stayed contained. That was actually not bad at all. That fight was way easier than the last one. Stage clear. Away! Off to the next one. Stage 5, Moon Base. Good luck. Instead of messing around with other weapons, I may just genuinely stick to the missiles to keep it easier for myself from here on. Even though I really do like the blue and the green weapons. I'm clearly not playing well enough to rely on those today. So I might just rely on being able to dodge better. I was half expecting that to clip my little robot foot and hurt me. Would have been very funny. Oh god. Speaking of very funny, the timing on that was great. Man, those bullets come in fast. I need to be at least at speed 2, I think. Speed 1 just ain't cutting it. I like the precision of speed 1, but I think speed 2 is going to be necessary with how fast some of these shots are going to come out now. Oh, and this is a thing we're doing now. Okay. Gotta go faster, 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 faster. I hate it here. You know, it's probably a good thing that I lost my mech form there, so I could fit through better. I couldn't turn around as well as I wanted to. I actually moved back too fast. So we already lost one layer of power up. Not to mention losing that life. I think we got a life back at some point, because I could have swore we had already lost a life out of that continue at some point. Okay, that might have been better to do at speed 3, as it turns out. Boss already? Okay, I'm fine with that. I would have been happier having more power-ups, but, you know, I'll take what I can get. Oh yeah, this one definitely was from the intro. This was the guy in the back. Oh, there's a lot going on here already. The only thing I really need to pay attention for is the spread shots, but my eyes are not going to track that well. The fact that this fight actually gives you power-ups is actually insane. My missiles are getting blocked by the exploding things, though, so that's a problem. But I can't afford to sit here and charge too much, otherwise they're just gonna have free reign. So I am in a bit of a spot of bother here. Though it looks like any weapon would be getting blocked, considering my forward bullets were also getting stopped. God, those spread shots are obnoxious. I keep just happening to be where they're going. Because they're not necessarily targeted, as you might have noticed. They're just kind of popping off in places. And because I'm watching the 50 explosives that are all around me, I'm not always tracking the spawn of those spread shots correctly. I may need to go for the lasers, though, for this fight, just so I can actually do any damage. Because I don't know if you all caught it, but I couldn't make contact, like, at all during that. My attacks were being completely deflected by the explosives. The reason I'm thinking the laser is because the laser should pierce through the explosives and be able to keep doing damage. I'll have less coverage, and that's just a fact I'm just gonna have to live with. The big problem is gonna be just getting any power-ups. Okay, I managed to filch that power-up out from behind him. On the bright side, for the speed zone, we should be able to just have the laser out front of us and have protection that way. You know, except for when I forget the path and get destroyed immediately. Now I don't think we've got enough power to punch through these, unless I happen to be lined up well. So we're gonna be in trouble, is what I'm getting at here. Because we're gonna have no power-ups going into the boss fight this time. So without any spread, like, at all, I think this might just be SOL this time around. Like, we're gonna have one boost, and we're gonna have to rely on that other one that shows up during the fight. Oh, I see why those were so unpredictable now. It's when I hit them that they spread out. So the missiles are doubly screwing me over then. Also, going for that power-up has now lost me any spread I have at all, so that's great. So if I don't hit the bullets at all, they don't spread out. Okay. So actually, there are phases where you can just dodge then, is what that means. Okay, this is actually way more manageable than I thought then. I was misreading the situation because I didn't know what I was dealing with. It seems like you just get periodic power-ups in this fight, so that's shockingly kind? Oh, there's blue ones now. I don't know what those mean. Oh, they shoot spread shots. Great. Great, I love that for me. Flew right into that one because I'm an idiot. So, to explain why I shifted there, I mistakenly thought that they shoot towards you and then spread out from your direction. Not that they have a set direction. Again, the processing rate, because of the amount of things happening, kicked in on me there. Where I processed it as what I thought it was instead of what it actually was. Forget if you get a... Yeah, you do get a power-up if you pick up a duplicate of the one you're already using. Okay. Not every shmup does that, so I could not remember if this one did it that way, because we've been cycling so much whenever any power-ups showed up, so... I couldn't remember. There goes our protection again already. This is the better path, though, because you do pick up an extra power-up up here. If you don't just get immediately housed by the only flyer you have to deal with, is after getting the power-up. I love that this is going so well. But hopefully y'all are having a good time. See, Speed 3 is definitely serving us better here, because I can just kind of twitch around them a bit. Oh, that one was too tight a fit, though. I needed to have shot that one, not dodged that one. I think that's the only one I can't just dodge, though. Based on how that ended up looking. We're still going to be in the exact same position we were last time now, because I slammed into a wall, but we're learning. We're figuring it out. I'm just going to run out of credits probably before we figure this out completely. If I can manage to get that first power-up that flies in, though, without losing anything, we might actually be in business here. Yeah, a big part of the strategy for me, at the very least, seems to be avoid shooting his bullet out of the air, not shoot the bullet out of the air. There we go. Now with wider spread, I have more room to do this dance. And I can protect myself from his explosives pretty well. You know, till I have a finger twitch kill me. Because that just keeps happening. Yeah, so if I stay aligned with the blue ones, I'm safe. Until 5 of them fire off together and there's just no room to rumba anymore. Because that slowdown was brutal. I thought I got enough charge to do a basic laser. I'm on my last life already. And there goes my last life, because I thought I avoided hitting the projectile, but I didn't. This fight is nasty. Like, it's not terrible, it's just a lot to take in, even when you understand what's going on. There's still just a lot of moving parts. And unless you really take your time, it seems like this is just going to be pain no matter how you look at it. I've really got to stop burning my big shots on the damn power-ups, too. I just see movement and fire. Actually, you know what? Let's try the explosives. It's gonna be a bit of a problem for getting to the fight, but I think it might be better for the fight, because it has more coverage. The problem I'm gonna need to watch out for is I'm gonna have less control over when the spread shots are going off now. I very heavily disagree with that counting as me getting hit there, game. Yeah, this is the problem I was afraid of. we don't have as much forward shot power, so we're actually just getting caught on the enemies anyway. I keep thinking it'll hit them enough to get me through it, and then it just goes around it, and nothing good happens. Or like that one, where I can only hit them with one, so it doesn't do nearly enough. And our upgrade being a backfiring shot doesn't help. So I think this might actually be a bad choice. Let's switch down to speed 2 for fighting him as well. Yeah, the part of the theory is the blasts might be able to keep the shots contained. No. No, that's not working at all. This was a terrible decision, I think. Because the missiles are all getting blocked by the explosions. We're getting a good amount of hits in, but, like, not enough. Because, as you can see, I can't use the charge shot effectively here because there's just too much shit in the way. And since it only goes out in a spread from us, I can't actually align it in a useful way. Like, it's hilarious that this fight has these free power-ups floating in it, and yet it still is just a nightmare. It's like they knew that this fight was brutal, so they were trying to give you any kind of leg up, but the leg up's just not high enough. Yeah, the blue guys were what I was interested in having the missiles for. Is the increased damage. But it's not looking like that plan's gonna work because of the exact same thing that the red missiles were having the problem with. Of just colliding with the explosions that are already there. So that's a game over. Rip. We're only 47 minutes in, so I'll try one more time. As I had said, we would try like twice on something I think will be difficult. I don't know. I don't think going down to easy will help. I think staying on normal is fine for this. I don't feel like I was doing badly enough that easy would be warranted here. I'm gonna let this play again for a moment because I want to do a head count on the enemy flyers. Yeah, we didn't deal with him. We dealt with the purple one, and no, we didn't see anybody with a scythe, so actually we only dealt with one of the important ones, I guess. I thought the red guy was on this screen too, and the big platform we were fighting, but no. The big platform involved is gray, and I'm assuming the big gray platform is probably gonna be the final boss. So we may not be anywhere near as far in as I had hoped we were.
Good luck. Thunder Tracker. Power up.
Give me my lasers till I find missiles. There we go, missiles get. Yeah, we're probably gonna just live with missiles until that fight. That's probably my wisest course. Is it'll account for my inadequacies much nicer. There we go, get us the mech protection. See, part of my problem with this genre is I'm a very twitchy person, as y'all have seen. Like, I will react to something being nearby fairly frequently, whether I need to or not. So, like, I'm no good at, like, grazing bullets and things like that. Because I'll see the bullet, like, about to touch the model, and I'll still think that it's my hitbox, even though it's not actually my hitbox. And try to dodge away from it, but I will end up getting hit by something else in exchange. Or, like, I'll preempt something that I know is heading in my direction, but fail to account for a different problem in exchange. Okay, we get an extra life for picking up that power-up as well. Because we only had 5 before, and we have 6 now. So I wonder if grabbing that gray power-up would have gotten me a life as well, then. Grabbing some extra lives is probably going to be important to us, considering the way it went about halfway through what we got to. I was greedy. I was trying to line up with him to make him go down a little faster. But that's really just not helpful. One sec. Make sure this isn't something vitally important. Pretty sure it isn't, but I'm just gonna make sure. Yeah, I fired that too early. I wanted to test to see if I could hurt him while he's being brought in. I was pretty sure I couldn't. Gotta watch out for the tail attack. Because that's the one thing that I can't just stop with missile spam. So remember, we can shoot his projectiles down. So as long as my missiles are even halfway intelligent, they will just block his attacks for me. The green shot is a little too strong to guaranteed block. This is the slower way to kill him, but it's safer than doing charge shots. Because I can just guarantee some protection around myself. And I don't know if you get, like, time-based score particularly or anything, so it's kind of fine. He's dead now. Back to the gravity pagoda. Yeah, no, I think this is the stage I remember, and I was just misremembering that there were spikes involved. Like, my brain may have just been, like, treating it as spiked areas because it's dangerous. Okay, I didn't get a life that time. It must just be score-based lives, as one would expect, then. I flew a little too close to the sun, and now we have these. That's fine. These are good for this area, just... it's gonna be tricky getting a hold of the missiles again. Depending on when they spawn. There we go. Like, at least this is a useful area to have this, because it attacks in front and behind. We just need to do some power-up recovery. Okay, yeah, it is definitely score threshold lives as well, because we just got another life back when the crab died. Did I just do that much worse on score last time, or did I just not notice that we had more lives and I lost them all anyway? The second one's more likely, I'll be honest with you. I was busy explaining things and also trying not to die. I really do like the mech designs in this, though. I would love to use these as inspiration to make something in the future. And I had grabbed sprites from this at one point with the intent of doing exactly that, and I just never ended up doing it. Laser, I love it, but I don't want it right now. Because it's time for crab. Laser would have been fine for the crab, but I think this is better for this situation, because it just deletes him pretty quick. Look, just because I was talking about mech design doesn't mean bots are allowed here. Shoo. Shoo shoo. The only bots allowed here are pre-approved bots and robot VTubers. That's a different situation. Okay, I managed to time that properly. I was a little worried I was a little too slow on the uptake there. Or because I had my brain get sidetracked right at the wrong time. Which, that's the other problem, is the whole, you know, easily distracted problem that a lot of us deal with. Kind of causes problems for games like this, too, because if you just have a lapse of concentration for a second, you could end up just having something slam into you before you even knew what happened. Oh yeah, in case you didn't notice, by the way, the platforms those guys that ride in on also hurt you. Watch out for the scrap metal. Just blast it all away. You're gonna die this time without costing me any problems. That's exactly not what's gonna happen. We died together instead. You know, actually that was fine. I gained a life and lost a life at the same time, so we broke even on that fight. I'll take it. Not exactly what I wanted, but I'll take it. Yeah, it's one of those things where you just take what you can get. Also, my Twitch dashboard has done a weird... Also, my throat's about to do a thing, so give me a second. As soon as this lets me pause, I'm going to pause and clear my throat a bit. Well, that was interesting. What I was going to say, though, about my Twitch dashboard is somebody's going live notification got stuck on there, and I still haven't closed it yet. Is it's literally just, ah! And really, it's incredibly relatable to how today's going so far, so I've just been kind of letting it sit there. But I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that now. And now that I've made the joke, now I can move on. I too am mech. Fear my power. I'd stick with these for a bit longer yet. So I think I did pass up missile again, like a fool. These ships are also really neat, but they're fairly, I would say, generic to the era. Ships. The mechs aren't exactly standout unique necessarily either. There's just something about them that just hits right to me. But it's still just good art either way, you know? Sometimes that's all it takes, is it just looks good. doesn't have to always be the most standout, unique version of something. It just has to catch your eye and be a design you like. Yep, I grabbed the wrong one. Well, this will still gonna do a decent job of sweeping the field, just not exactly what I wanted. Because I did that thing again where I'm like, oh yeah, that's missiles. No, that's machine gun. See how much longer it's taking for the machine gun to clear this thing? It's awful. It is such a shame. Okay. See, that's more what I expected to see today, in terms of pings appearing. Honestly, laser will probably be better for this area than the machine guns. I'll probably keep going during the ads, just because we've already done these stages. So it's not like y'all are gonna be missing too much. It is neat that we're flying through a robot factory, too, so you actually get to see that the guys we were fighting in the previous area were mass-produced robots, instead of, like, unique enemies. And you may have noticed me just, like, kind of falling quiet now and then. That's just because I'm just going with the music. The music is so good. It's, again, nothing remarkable, nothing standout, but it's just good and it's fun, you know? It's fun music. That's all you need. Mech form back. It is also a shame that when you pause, the music stops. I'm just gonna deal with the notification right quick. Trying to keep my little notification bar clear so I don't see number in the corner of my eye and go, I need to deal with number. No. And then, you know, while doing that, end up exploding. Oh no. Okay. Was very worried that I was gonna run out of space there. Missiles should be better for this guy than what we did before.
You have taken your last breath. Prepare to die.
Such a matter of fact, prepare to die there. Prepare to die. Nice, we actually cleared his clone boys, like, immediately this time. Yeah, this is actually kind of trivializing this fight, and I'm very happy for it. Yeah, wow, we just destroyed him. We lost, what, 1 credit to him before? 2 credits? I think it was 1 credit and a bunch of lives. Now, cleared him 1 go. Which, you know, it helps to have dealt with the fight once before, so you actually know what you're getting into. But still. Stage 4, Olympus. We're back here again. Like, at least you make progress quickly, but that, you know, that's a shmup for you. You will get through fast if you're not just getting shit on the entire time. It's gonna be less than ideal here a little bit, just because of the fact that the individual damage on these missiles isn't very good, and there's a lot of targets for it to spread to. What I probably should do is just hold my fire and just 2 charge shots. Remember, I can stay in the middle because he very clearly shows when he's about to open. And there's actually room to stay next to the front there, so other weapons would be able to fight this just fine, too. Because you could just sit next to his bullets and you'll be fine. It just seems like such a bad idea, but you know, it works. Welcome back from the ads, everybody. As you can see, nothing really has happened. We got through the purple boss way better this time. That was about the most notable thing that happened. Okay, I'm just gonna stick with regular shots instead of the charge shots, because the charge shots are being stupid. And, of course, he just happened to drift down right when I let go of the D-pad for a second to relax my finger. You shitter. Got him. And, of course, he was like a pixel away from dying. Of course he was. Such is the way. Oh, there's enemies down there, right. I was like, where'd that bullet even come from? I thought I accounted for all the enemies around me. But there was the ground enemies that I forgot about. So that's a very unfortunate power-up loss as well. Yeah, that's clearly what I wanted you to pursue. Ooh, homing laser, thanks. Like, the fact that it can pursue things that are indestructible, I think might be the worst thing about the homing in this game. It's like, you want me to get that thing that I can't kill, right, boss? You want me to get that thing? I got that thing. Like, no, that's not what I wanted at all. Getting it? No. I'm gonna make you proud, boss.
Power up.
This boss again? Oh, yeah. Yellow boy. I literally already forgot this boss existed, because this wasn't really that much of a thing. And before I lose a bunch of lives to him this time, I'm having said that. Because we all know that that's how these things work. I died to a bullet I couldn't see because of the effect going off. God damn it, game. Because it doesn't clean up his bullets when a form dies, so he was able to just hit me with something that way. Which is kind of dirty, I'm gonna be honest with you. But that's also pretty in keeping with this genre. I've seen that kind of dirty pool done many a time on purpose. I was really hoping he was just gonna die. That's why I just did regular shots. Fine, we'll charge up one more time and that should be the end of him. Or a missile that was just kind of flying around will get him and kill him. That works too. Lost more lives there than I would like to, but we still are on our first credit, I think, so I'll take it. We're back to where we were having trouble without having lost any credits. That's already a great success in my eyes.
Good luck.
Now remember to stay to the higher part of this stage, because the higher part's easier. And don't just eviscerate. Wait, no, I needed that. I forgot that I wanted to switch off of missiles here. Well, maybe if I use exclusively charged shots, it might still work out. But, I think I've put myself in a bit of a bother here. Because remember, our missiles were just getting fully deflected here before.
Power up.
And I don't think we get another green power-up before we get to the boss fight. Unless maybe if I went down the other tunnel I might, but I don't want to try to learn new pathing right now. On the bright side, getting through here is relatively straightforward with this weapon. That's a blessing and a curse that I just got an extra life there. Because it makes a noise when you get the extra life. I can't quite understand what the voice line's saying, but it says something. It almost sounds like scanning, and I'm like, that can't be what it's saying. Yeah, maybe if I just focus on charge shots, it'll work out. Because we might be able to, like, just damage rush him that way. Because at least that will be less likely to trigger the spread shots to murder me quite as much. The problem is going to be it's going to waste its time with all the bombs like that. There we go. That was better targeting. Because remember, I'm at the mercy of the auto-targeting with this weapon. If it decides to be stupid like it's doing there, I don't have much choice. It's but to accept that. I can't believe I squeezed through that.
Power up.
Like, waiting to release the shot till till some of the orbs explode is a good call. But then sometimes the attack just does what it did there, where it just dances around and doesn't accomplish anything anyway, for reasons. This is where waiting for the charge is going to become a problem, though. Thankfully, the spread shot guys do just explode of their own volition as well after they shoot. So it's not the worst, but it's not great. We're actually doing better than usual here. Just gonna use the central machine gun to try to chip him down in the hopes that he's already pretty badly hurt. And just try to work with the slowdown as best I can. The music has left us, though. There we go, it's coming back. I think we just hit the end of the loop because this has been a long fight. Damn it! We were doing really well, but the damage output is sad, so he's gonna live a really long and unfortunately fruitful life. We haven't gotten another power-up in a while either, so I think they only give you like 2 for this fight. Oh, we got green guys now. Fight's changed, so we're making progress. Oh, it looks like the green guys shoot the same laser attack, just focused in your direction instead, which is kind of awful, if I'm honest. That's a nightmare for me. Is now there's just too much to dodge again. I'm having trouble. I think it's back to... Wow, that just got too tight. I couldn't do anything there. Is the spread shot from the orb happened to line up with the spread shot from the bullet. So I just had nowhere to go. But we can pick up our laser and actually try to do this the way I was trying to this time. Because if I can just get there in the same condition we were for the most part this time, which is unlikely considering the overall situation, but not impossible. Case in point, where I get hit again and lose the robot form. Because I was going to try to use the robot form as a buffer to get there with more laser power-ups, to be able to do more damage quickly. the pseudo bright side to having to continue is we did get our score knocked back down, so we should hopefully be able to generate more lives that way. There does appear to be power-ups in this hellscape, just you gotta be able to be fast enough to get them, because I saw a power-up on the edge down below us just a moment ago. It wasn't one I wanted, is the main reason I didn't make a play for it, is it was the orange one. But like that tunnel down below might actually have something in it, for example. How you would manage to make that work is a very good question, though. Since, bear in mind, this is an auto-scrolling segment, so it's not like I can just kind of pull back and drop down for it or something. Let's get a full charge, and as soon as I think he's vulnerable enough, I'm gonna just blast him. And now. Just take the opportunity to lay into him hard there. Because the advantage to the lasers is we get consistent damage. The downside is sometimes I don't notice something heading my direction, because there's way too much shit going on still. See, we're already in blue orb phase. I also have better control over the blue orbs here, because I can just clear them by proxy a bunch. Sometimes, though, the slowdown means when I do my little tap to try to dodge something, it doesn't actually move as far as I think it will. So the slowdown is a perfect example of the speed inconsistency thing I was talking about before, where if my speed isn't a constant, I actually have more trouble. And I feel like that's kind of a universal issue a little bit. Like, you have to just be very good to be able to compensate for that. And I ain't that. Okay, we're in green orb phase already, so yeah, this is doing way, way better. Especially now that I'm actually managing to maintain a decent power-up. That's fine. As long as I just can keep hammering him. So I'm gonna start just hemorrhaging lives here, it seems. Now I'm down to single line laser, which is awful. Yep, we're fucked again, I think. Because I'm just gonna not be able to close the deal here. Or because of the spread lasers. Yep. As soon as I didn't have any spread of my own left anymore, I knew I was in trouble. That is so tragic, though. We were doing so well. But it just got to be too much to try to keep up with and also hit him with this, like, single pixel-wide laser consistently. But we'll be up an extra power-up level this time around. Since we will have the extra green here. Lost robot again. I'm assuming it's also increasing the damage of the individual lasers, but I can't tell. Of course he got a shot off. Of course he fucking did. Well, never mind, we are no longer up a power-up at all, because he just happened to get a spiteful fucking bullet off right as he died. Son of a bitch. Just can't have nice things. Which, you know, it's a shmup. Of course you're not allowed to have nice things. Yeah, see, there is a power-up there. I shouldn't be sticking my nose down here, but I'm gonna go look to see if there's anything else. Nope, there's just death. Okay, love that for me. There's a blue power-up there, too. So it does seem like there's a risk-reward trade here. Like, if you take the more dangerous path, you do get a bunch of power-ups, but none of them are the ones that align with what we need. I was hoping for, like, a gray power-up or a green. And there may be a green in there somewhere, and we just didn't end up happening to run into it. You know what, I'm gonna try going top speed so I can hopefully just, like, bring the laser to bear as often as possible. So I'll be able to delay dodging longer and still be able to get away is the thought. I did it bad, though. That forced him into green orb phase already, though. Problem with the big laser is sometimes you misjudge what's going on because you can't see through it. Why did I go for it? It was in the middle of an explosion. It's almost like if it's currently exploding, you can't touch it. God damn it, me. It's okay, we can do a better job this time. Prioritize holding on to the power-ups. I don't need to kill the ships, I just need to not get hit by them. Son of a bitch. Trying to avoid the power-up lost me the robot. But we do still have the four-prong laser for the second, so we got that going for us. This may still lead to the same result. I need to go back up to speed 3, though, so I can get through the tunnel. Thanks, game. Thanks for that. Thanks for being real finicky about the walls sometimes. Like, that was me moving, don't get me wrong. But just, the slight edges to those walls made me twitch. So it is and isn't me at the same time, if that makes sense. Like, I did the bad move, but I had cause to make the bad move. But we do still have Laser 4 for this, so it's not the worst. I would have just really liked to have had the protection of robot form for this beginning here. Okay, we got robot form back. Just bide your time. Don't do anything stupid. He says he immediately loses robot form doing something stupid. Worked out, though, because we got some very good damage in. But it was a risk that I didn't need to take, necessarily. Indecision fucked me on that one. I wanted to hit him, but I also wanted to get the power up. So I tried to do both, and it didn't work out. And now the slippery slope of fuckery again. The slight cant to those spread lasers is ruining my whole fucking day. And that was just my fingers just being unsteady. Like, I genuinely just twitched right back into that because I was repositioning my hand on the controls. There just gets to be too many... Oh my god, we actually got him. Our last chance on that credit, and we managed to make it work. Laser was definitely the right choice, but... Stage clear. Try the next stage. Yeah, the keyword to that is try, huh? Because it is not guaranteed. We burnt, what, 3 credits there? So we have 2 left? Stage 6, Blue Wind. I need a different weapon. Fast, probably, here. Looks like we're coming back down to land on a planet. Oh, we got a mech suit immediately coming up. Oh, is this just like a boss fight right off the rip? Okay. Yeah, he's got boss health for sure. Because that amount of firepower should have ended a regular enemy. There we go. Oh, he's got a core that's just bouncing around shooting at me now, though. I hate that. I hate that that happened. He just... he flew just slightly off of where I thought he was going to. Right side, we have a full complement of lives back again. Downside, we are in the exact same position we just were in, where we have only laser and only level 1 laser. And we're only going to get 1 power up before he shows up. Missile would be great for that second phase, so I don't have to worry about lining up to hit him. But on the bright side, now that we know that this is a boss fight, I can clear him faster. God damn you, fucking pinball bastard. Yeah, I got fucked on that deal. Because he did a set of shots right as he collided with that wall, so I had no room to maneuver. Like, this is just, like, the worst weapon to have for fighting something that bounces around like this. If it was just him bouncing around, it would be fine to use the laser for this. But since he has a chance on every collision to fire bullets, it gets exceedingly dangerous. We made it work, but that was just ick. We lost half our lives already to that. Oh, are we in boss rush territory? It seems like we're in boss rush territory now. So I have to assume this is like second to last stage type deal. Oh, those are getting farther out. Oh, I'm out of room. I had nowhere to move there. If I moved forward, I died. If I moved down, I died. This is disgusting. I feel like I'm being actively punished for having laser at this point. Both of these fights are horrendous for being able to do damage with laser. Okay, at least that thing didn't have tons of health. It just had enough health. There we go. We have missile back at least. Oh, I realized what the missile's called now. It's called chase cannon. I understood the cannon part. I just couldn't quite hear over everything else what the other part of the name was. This is certainly something. This would have actually been fine for laser to be fighting. Actually don't want that. Okay. More air mines, of course. Just a larger air mine of a different type. Oh, and they do just go off like mines, too. Okay. I was kind of hoping I could, like, sneak my way through. What the fuck is this? I love that it just decided to speed up as we got closer to the ground while we were incredibly vulnerable. Right side, we have Missile going into this now, so we will have an easier time with the first two fights. The downside is, you know, we have to do it again. And we are, I think, on last credit now. I forget if 0 was a credit or not. Pretty sure it wasn't. 0 is usually a life, but not a credit. Oh, wow. That just ate him immediately. Sweet. Sweet, we have 2 levels of power up for once in this stage. Love to see it. Oh wow, that just destroyed him. Alright, that helps a lot. Get our robot form back as well. Doing so much better this time. And watch as I squander it somehow. Because this fight is going to be very easy to end up squandering at least a power-up in. No? We got him too. Okay, we're doing better. Missile is the king here. To no one's surprise, Missile is just stupid good. As long as it doesn't get distracted. It was not prepared for me to have won that fight that quickly. Now, we are going to run into a bit of a bother here again, though. So actually, I should just be firing away to clear space. Because as long as I'm killing them, like, toward the end of the screen, we have room to move. Because remember, it's going to speed up on us. Yep, that's fine. We just lost robot form. That's okay. Because we just get it right back here. Okay. We're good. Avoid the power-up because we don't need it. Oh, this is fucked. I was tempted to grab laser because I don't know what this boss is gonna be, but we'll stick with Missile. In Missile we trust. Oh, listen to that. Ooh. Space Dragon. Oh, that's a big shot. Okay. So what else do you do? Oh, I hate that. I hate how fast and hard to see that is. Yeah, go back to the front firing weapon. I like that one better. I can dodge that really easily, especially when I just destroy it in your mouth. Oh, and you got other moves. That blends in even harder. I hate that. Like, I get that they're trying to make the lasers look like lasers by making them slightly transparent, but it is awful for being able to see it against this background. I think rather than worrying about charge shots here, I'm just gonna hold the button down and try to live when we're down here. I like the song that's playing, though. The song that's playing is kind of sick. Yes, that's clearly what I wanted you to do, you stupid homing shot. And he's going down. All right. Oh, he's not done yet. He's just mad now. Oh. Yeah, you know, that's shmup tradition, huh? Awful flesh beasts start showing up. Oh, those lasers move weird. Oh, I hate that. They spooked me out of position with the weird laser pattern. And now I'm just all discombobulated. fuck's sake, could I just, like, be allowed to do anything for a second here, game? Just, you know, anything at all. Fuck me. The second you just get out of pattern, this fight turns to shit. Because it has very good coverage, but only if you're not in a handful of select spots, it seems. And I was no longer in those select spots. There was a laser directly above my head. I couldn't move. I think that's game over. Yep. Why did that thing have to have a separate phase? Why? I know why, but why? Okay, hang on. I need to know. How if I could fucking spell? 7 shooting stages. Okay. So we were on stage 6. We were on the second to last stage. Is the reason why I looked is because I need to make a determination here whether it's worth trying again. Or just giving up and moving to the next game.
The independent military nation Zeus has been established in the colony Olympus on Saturn's ring. Zeus equipped its symbolic machine Guzan-Jiao and other armies with a living fighting computer geosystem. They then started to attack the Earth's United Nations on the planet Jupiter. Initially, the Earth's United Nations put all its power to fight in defense, but was defeated by the powerful geosystem. To stop the invasion, the Earth's United Nations equipped its variable fighter Bari-Arm with its own geosystem and fought back.
Figured I'd let the plot run through again for those who missed it while I was deciding. Yeah, I think I'll try one more time. We'll see what the difference is on easy. As much as I didn't want to knock the difficulty down, I think that's the better call at this point, just for sake of getting through it. Oh, wait. No, I can't go higher. I can only go lower, huh? Okay. How about on easy? Does that let me adjust the stock further there? No. Okay. Let's see what the difference is on easy, like I said. What it's probably going to be is just, like, less enemies or something. Or more power-ups show up.
Good luck.
May also be that, like, enemies will have less health. Yeah, I think enemies have less health. That guy went down like a bitch. But also, I did pick up a stronger power-up quicker. Because I didn't skip the first power-up like an idiot this time. Now, if I was spending the whole day just trying to beat this game, I would have stayed on normal. Just to be clear to everybody. But since I'm trying to get multiple clears in one day, I'm going to be a little more flexible on that and actually bump it down. If it even makes much of a difference, which it feels like it is so far.
Power up.
On the bright side, at least we get to hear the earlier tracks again. 'Cause these are all good tracks, genuinely. But I'm definitely hitting my I can't keep replaying this point with this too. So, win or lose, this is probably the last attempt on this game, and then I'll go to the next one. Because don't worry, I've got plenty of games lined up to get through. I think I picked 7 games, and obviously, I have no expectation of beating all 7 of them today. My goal is 3. Fuck me. I really need to stop staying in the water in that segment, because the landmine just getting dropped on your head is infuriating. Though I will say, I'm gonna remove any, like, mental asterisks that I have on this win if I do a 1cc on easy. Which is not gonna happen, but if it did happen, I would absolutely just forget the fact that it was on easy at that point and be just like, yep, this is a proper win at that point. Because I think that's a balanced trade-off. Of difficulty-wise. As I continue to make it less and less likely that that'll happen by playing like an idiot. Oh wow, he only has 1 drill missile on easy? Okay, so the attack patterns are definitely different on easy then. So it looks like it may just be less attacks. Like they have the same moveset, but they're less dangerous. Just by a little bit. I think there might be less missiles, too. I really was not paying close enough attention to the absolute count of missiles. But, like, the spread shots and such are the same, and the spread shots were the things that were causing me trouble. So, there's a very real possibility that we will still have the same amount of problems in certain parts. The big key for me is going to be remembering to grab laser in stage 5 instead of forgetting it and losing a credit that way. I think this might be my favorite song in this game so far. I just like it. I don't really have like a hard set reason. I just do. I don't remember there being a power-up right there too, so there may be slightly more power-ups. Like that blue missile was always there. I don't know if I'd get anything for killing that thing, since I've yet to succeed. Oh, he doesn't have a spread shot anymore. He just has a forward shot. So that's already a big debuff for him. He's only firing single bullets there. Still got the wide laser, of course. It'd be weird if he didn't. There's an extra life. It seems like the extra life threshold's the same, so that's fair. I would honestly consider it fairly fair if things were just, like, across the board weaker, but you got less power-ups. Because you should need less of them. I think that would end up reasonably balanced. It's towards being easier, without being too easy. Because as it stands, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say we're going to end up with more power-ups than we need. Just because I can actually just clear things instead of having to hit them multiple times. Well, multiple times is wrong, because clearly we're still having to hit things multiple times even now. But, like, having to hit them a lot is more what I mean. So I would say if you're trying to get through this game and you're not a big-time shmup player, you probably would be happier on easy like I'm experiencing so far. Just because you've got a fair amount more leeway here. But if you're very accustomed to bullet patterns and such, you'd probably do just fine on normal. Considering even I was able to get to the second to last stage on normal without a huge exertion of effort. Okay, you do still have that spray shot. Not on this difficulty, good to know. You guys still drop out of the ether on my head on this difficulty. I might, as a concession to my own stubbornness, play this again on normal off-stream. Just to prove to myself that I can do it. But that's as much because this is a game, like I had talked about before, from my childhood, more than anything. So it's got, like, an extra layer to it for me, compared to just the simple, like, oh yeah, I just need to get through more games. Like, no. No, this one has a bit more meaning to it. This might be a fight where missile isn't necessarily the best choice. This is not as much immediate power. But we do have a lot more room to maneuver. You know what? That's fair. Giving up the stream streak just to change things up is entirely valid. Honestly, since I canceled yesterday, I was wondering if anything was going to end up happening to your streak because of that. Wow, he died like a bitch there. He took way more damage on normal. Well, to say I canceled is not technically correct. We collectively as a group canceled yesterday, and then I just didn't end up making up a follow-up stream since I was already not feeling the best either.
Good luck.
I mean, to be fair, my schedule's kind of a suggestion, arguably anyway, so even if you looked at it, it wouldn't necessarily help that much. Is the only real written down schedule is the Twitch schedule, and that's not 100% accurate anymore. I grabbed the wrong thing. I'm also on the wrong stage to be changing my weapon. Because I never did update the Twitch schedule for, like, the Thursday streams, for example. That, I think, is still left on it being regular schedule, which is not correct. It very rarely is ever at normal time compared to the rest of the streams. Not really secret, necessarily, just different. Like, I can't even call it guerrilla streaming since it is noted that I stream those days. And as a note, I do have a new commission service up, by the way, as far as that pop-up that's come up there or goes. I have changed the Discord reactives to be a general profile picture portrait thing with add-ons to turn them into reactives, starting at $20. So if anybody needs something like that, by all means, and the 50% discount will apply to that, of course, until the end of this month, which is just 3 days away. So if you need something like that, you might want to act on it here soon, because that discount will end, and it won't be coming back. At least not for a while. I have also resolved to run less discounts because I feel like they're losing impact with how often I'm running them. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a factor of desperation into a certain degree here that I'm running them as often as I am. but, you know, it's one of those things where decisions like that have to be made anyway. Let's grab missile back because I had changed off of it too soon. There we go, get mech form back. Try not to die. Probably gonna die anyway. Oh, there's only one of them on this difficulty? For those who missed it on normal, there's two of those blue guys that spawn in together. But apparently there was just one now, and I wasted a charge shot on them. Yeah, I only saw one come out of that ship too. Interesting. Flamethrower bots are still here, though, and they're nasty, and the infantry are actually more dangerous with missiles because I can't hit them as easily. Oh, I really thought I was going to get hit by the wall there. But yeah, the Kofi changes are still a work in progress. Other commission types on there are going to be changing, like merging and adjusting and everything. And as a general rule, the prices are probably going to be increasing, just as a warning. Because I'm going to start operating on the logic of, if I'm already not getting that many sales at any given time, but people are consistently very happy with the work they do get done from me, to the point where frequently people have given me bonus tips and such, that clearly indicates to me that my work is valued enough to justify a price increase. Whether that judgment is correct or not, that's a whole other question, but I'm gonna experiment with it, see if it works out. And arguably, it's also a matter of making the price match my needs. Because I genuinely do need to be bringing in more revenue, otherwise it's going to be bad. This is not going as smoothly as we did on normal the second time. That's not a surprise because we're down a power-up. There we go. Still didn't end up having to burn a credit yet, so I'll take it. Now it's the stage after this that I need to remember to grab laser. It also helps that my pricing was based on a prior skill level as well. Yeah, exactly. Money is always pain. Oh no, this... God, I just do not remember these stages at all, apparently, already. This isn't the stage where I need laser either. Laser wouldn't be bad here, necessarily, but this isn't the stage I was thinking of either. You know, it would help if I remembered that I literally said stage 5 is where I needed laser and then actually read the number. That would probably help, huh? So I'm starting to fry a little bit with this game, as you might imagine. This is taking a lot of concentration on my part here. Thank you, homing. Very cool. Yeah, exactly. Stay just off to the side so I don't get blasted by the middle laser. Stay down here. No, I thought he was gonna move down on that time. This guy seems mostly unchanged between easy and normal. And there I go, getting hit by him again anyway. Way to go, me. Proud of me. Thanks again, homing. Very cool. This is why I love and hate homing at the same time. It's so useful, but also so bad at its job sometimes. Okay, I think we got back the only power-up we lost, so that's kind of fine. I'm just unhappy to be down another life. No, I think we're still missing one set of missiles. But we do at least have protection. Go ahead and charge up for this guy. Yeah, he still does his weird flippy laser thing. I don't know if he actually took much in the way of less hits compared to normal difficulty. I feel like his was about the same. Those explosions matching up with the crescendo of the song was actually really cool. Okay, no, I was already at max missile power because the amount of missiles I was firing was the same after I picked that up. Come here, bouncy yellow boy. It's time for you to explode. Okay, he does still have his tail. It just doesn't extend immediately. I only ever saw him after the tail had already extended, so I thought for a moment that on easy he just didn't have the tail at all, and I was like, but why though? Oh wow, he died very quickly as far as his first phase goes. It seems like the shell these bots are hiding in dies like crazy fast on easy. Okay, never mind. They just die crazy fast on easy. Wow. He got obliterated. Like, it seems like you could really get quick kills off if you just line your homing shot up with the right timing. Here on easy. On hard, you have to do it... I mean, on normal, rather, you have to do it at least twice. This is the stage where I need laser. But if I keep thinking that I need laser all the time, I will grab it on the right stage, totally. Part of the problem is laser shows up really early right here. And we don't get any other laser opportunities from here for those who haven't seen me do this stage yet. That's the only time laser shows up in this entire stage, and I need it for the stage's boss, based on the experience we've had so far. Oh wow, that guy didn't have spread shots. Even the ships are a little bit easier. Like, some of them still have spread shots, but not all of them. Is this place full of floating shit? Yeah, it still is. They too have less health, though, because I'm clearing them before we can even see them. Looks like it's the same speed, though. Gonna refrain from commenting on anything right now. There we go. That went way better than it had before. We actually are here with full power-ups. Now, this guy was always the problem. If we could kill him way easier and quicker this time, then I will very heavily admit that easy is way easier. We're in blue phase. Not that fast, that much faster than before. But a lot of this is dodging around, waiting for an opening to fire at him without getting obliterated too, so... there's that to consider. Like, if he was in green phase already, I would have said that... oh, there's the green phase. So, it is quicker, and he's only... his orbs are only firing tri-shots instead of penta-shots, so that's actually a really big help. Like, the orbs are still dangerous. Though, the ones that he starts with, that is. And even the tri-shots are dangerous, because they can still add to everything else that's going on and be a problem. Yeah, that's way easier still, though, because he doesn't have a million hit points. The ads are coming up, and I may very well pause this time since we're actually going back into stage 6 here. So it'll be new territory-ish. It does mean you're not going to have audio for a minute or two, unfortunately, but I think it'll be okay. Grab robot form back. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get up during the ads for a moment here. I'll be back before the ads are done, though, so if any of y'all need to get up and do anything yourselves, please make sure to do so. I will, as I said, not be doing anything till the ads are done, most likely. So, be right back.
Rise from your grave.
Okay, we are almost back to it. I'm gonna not move till the ads are done, but I figured I'd at least come back to keep those of you who don't have to worry about ads company, so that you're not stuck dealing with silence for too long. But I needed to get up, refill my water, etc. Just gonna deal with a notification or two while we are waiting for everybody to come back from ads. Trying to keep up with other conversations and things while I'm doing this. I do want to admit something, though, and that is I forgot to set up a collab for next week, so there might end up not being one this Thursday unless I can throw something together quick. Which, since I was already planning on having it be another Super Battle Golf lobby, it'll probably be pretty easy to throw together. And welcome back from the ads, everybody. As you can see, the robot has not moved. He is frozen in time, and now he has been unfrozen from time. Yeah, you missed nothing in practical terms, in case anybody was worried about that while you were in the ads. I talked a little bit after going and getting a drink and everything, so really nothing of substance happened. You probably caught the tail end of me talking about the next collab lobby, which is more than likely gonna be more Super Battle Golf. But I did forget to set anything up this week, so it may very well end up not happening this week. Really depends on if I can throw something together or not. Because I'll probably make the attempt to throw it together tomorrow, which is where it's going to run into issues because a lot of people make their schedules on Sunday. So I may be a little too late on that idea. Give me my missiles back for this area and for this fight in particular. Oh wow, he shoots way less bullets on easy as well. Like, he was firing like double the bullets, and I want to say he was taller a little bit on normal. Like, he had like an extra bank of guns specifically. He is surviving longer though. Like, I didn't realize he could actually follow me down to where the mines are. That's actually horrifying. There's a lot less mines, though. Holy hell. The screen isn't just getting filled with air mines. I was gonna say land mines, which doesn't make any sense here. I forgot already what this guy looked like. Oh wait, this was the big dragon ship that ends up turning into the horror monster, right? Honestly, I could go for having a ship like this. It's not entirely to my liking, but I could work with something like this. Definitely need a new coat of paint, though. Not really that into the yellow. Yeah, no, the music in this game is just so good. Really reminds me of Lords of Thunder, which is also on the Sega CD. So, from what I recall, the music's better in the Turbo CD version? I forget. I want to say that's true. Thanks, homing. Very cool. You've gone to the wrong target again. Okay, yeah, if I stay down here, I'm genuinely just safe from the missiles entirely. Incredible. If I stay right here, I'm safe from the green shots. My shots take care of the mines. Like, there's a lot of safety in this fight, which is kind of ridiculous. Yeah, you and most of the regulars probably have absurd points. And one day, soon TM, there will be reasons to use those points, and who knows when or what that'll be. I think if I sit right here, I'm kind of fine. Aside from the stabby bit. He's really not dying, though. Yeah, that would have been such an incredible turnaround to lose, like, near 50k on one Gamba. It's definitely happened to a lot of people. Oh, in other channels, I've definitely witnessed it happening. People just make one bad Gamba and then suddenly they have no points anymore. Wow, that phase had so much less health. For context, for those who missed me fighting that before, we hit it with the charge shot like that a good 4 or 5 times and it was still alive. On normal. Meanwhile, on easy, apparently just 2 charge shots and it's done. That is a massive health difference for that fight in particular. But we're on stage 7. Bayside City. Final stage. Yeah. Yeah, but that's not that much fun. That's just a throwaway there. Which, admittedly, most redeems technically are throwing points away anyway, but... Well, the thing is, it will only really be funny once. And I've seen too many other channels do a bit like that already, is why I'm like, nah, not something I would do. Now, would I do something that amounts to wasting points and people don't realize it? That I might do. I mean, you could eventually afford it again. It would just take a while. Though with the multipliers you get from stream streaks, you could absolutely afford it again way sooner than you might think. I did not want this weapon. I really wish the machine gun and the missiles were a more differentiated color than orange and red. Because when I'm trying to avoid death from all angles, it is very hard to tell the difference between those two at a glance. Oh, this is just a nightmare. Him dying got me a life back when I hit 0 lives. Ah. Fuck me, this stage is still kind of rancid, even on easy. I just didn't even get to move. Well, yeah, I never said to rely on it. I'm just saying that is a source of points.
Good luck. Power up.
Like, I love the vibes in this place, but man, dealing with this stage is kind of disgusting. There we go. Give me back my missiles. I need those. Because there is too much shit going on for me to try to aim anything.
Power up.
I love being shot at when I have no room to move at all. It's my favorite thing. We might still not beat this just because this stage is disgusting. Like, even with them having reduced health, there's just so much shit happening constantly in here. There it goes again. Because I can't track them, their bullets, and everything all at once. I do not have the mental fortitude for this shit. About that. Thank you for the resub, Natra, but, I don't know if I got this. Because that's another credit gone already. We're gonna burn all of our credits here. We might still make it through, but all of the credits are definitely going to heaven on this stage, I think. Just bear in mind, we've barely even made any headway in this stage, so I'm terrified of what's coming up, since we haven't even had a chance to see it yet. Especially when I just get slammed by something coming in from the edge of the screen because I forgot that they showed up at that exact second. Like, you don't even get a moment to think here. You just are under attack constantly. What the fuck am I meant to do here? Like, there's just no breathing space, and even with the missiles countering some of their attacks, I just keep getting shit on anyway. I cannot find a spot to exist. You have to be constantly moving. Even have a prayer here. And even then, you're just almost certainly getting shafted. Case in point, where they put a power-up that you aren't gonna want in the only safe spot in that area. That would be wise, Natra. Make sure to get your work done. I'll still be here suffering. You're not gonna miss much. Especially if this stage continues this way, because I haven't even been able to make a fucking move. I might actually stay with the machine guns, though, because I think I need the power. Kinda wish I had laser right about now. Oh, for pure forward power to clear the enemies in front of me faster. The missiles are nice for clearing everything else, but, like, I just need something that'll kill. And I'm not getting kill power, particularly. Of course, there's these little bastards at the bottom that just keep throwing off my groove. Give me this, actually. We'll try the blue rockets. Because at least they're very good at dealing damage. Especially when these things widen out, it'll start doing more. Like, why did this game turn into a more serious shmup just out of nowhere? Because the stages were generally fairly cakewalky up till this point. Now it just cranked the dial till the fucking knob fell off. By comparison to the rest of the game. There we go. That was the other part of my plan. Is I used the robot form to tank that, so I have... What? I swear they hit me before they got to me there. Well, the plan was working up until I got screwjobbed, and then, you know, everything is falling apart. Brain, please, process what's in fucking front of you. Great, great. I'm glad I just immediately got hosed there before I had a chance to do what I was planning to do. Okay, we killed that guy. We got the spinner back, which is a fucking problem. Can I just, like, spam you while I'm invincible? No. Not fast enough. This stage sucks. Like, I have no two ways to point this out now. This stage just sucks. This is way too much compared to what the rest of this game had going on.
Power up.
Like, obviously, a final stage needs to be difficult. I'm not disputing that. But this is literally just a spam fest. Like, this is just shit everywhere for the sake of shit being everywhere, it feels. And you have a lot of shit blending together. Like, I don't know about anybody else, but these, like, tan and orangey backgrounds are just eating a lot of those yellow bullets. I cannot see them. And for shit. And I don't know if it's the emulation or not, but there's just like this incredibly minor flicker happening when there's a lot going on there too that is just destroying my eyes. Yeah, well, even on easy, we couldn't make it happen. I'm giving up at this point because that stage is too much. That really sucks. That is 2.5 hours down for no success. Because I am not replaying through that whole game just to get bodied by that stage again. Because I don't know what you're supposed to do there. I genuinely have no idea what to do with that. The only thing I can think of is just you have to be up to the point where you can move precisely enough to avoid the just blah of everything there. I had different words in mind, but I don't know how to put the thought that I have there. It's just such a flood of nonsense. Now I'm looking at the list now and trying to figure out what I'm going to do here.
Bari-Arm with its own geosystem and fought back.
Is it... This is why I was worried about picking this game first. Because I knew this was going to hurt the mood for the rest of the session if I couldn't make it happen. I knew this game was difficult. I was expecting to lose sooner than that, though. I was expecting more like what we had on normal, where I got walled on stage 5.